before we go into today's sermon, I want to talk about trees. I learned some lessons from observing the trees. I've written about it already. If you have time, my website, delefarotimi.com, you'll find that piece. I think I titled it "The Lessons the Trees Taught Me." And because I was speaking with Rufai Hosseini this morning on his radio show, and he reminded me of my prison experience, or shall I say experiences. And because he speaks to the lessons that I learned from the trees, I decided I'll share that with you before this morning's sermon on shito countries. So what are the lessons that the trees have taught me? I'll tell you. When you plant an okra seed, or if you planted, say for instance, maize, I'm not talking about all these, they are genetically modified nonsense. I'm talking about the maize that me and you, even of my generation, planted with our own hands during our Greek lessons. You remember, Agri practical. Or if you grew up anywhere around the rural areas, like I grew up in Ibadan, went to secondary school in Fiditi, so I understand at least the basic rudiment of farming. When you plant your corn, it is in the DNA of the corn to know that it has a short lifespan. So the corn seed comes genetically prepared to have very shallow roots because it's not going to live long. So it takes enough hold of the soil in order to be able to bend in the wind so that it doesn't break. And it also takes enough surface water because it's planted during the rains, unless you're irrigating. So because it's not going to live long, it doesn't go down. And within months, 3-4 months, you're harvesting your maize, but not the tree. Let's take the mango tree. When you plant the mango seed, it is in its DNA as well to recognize that the storms will come. There will be forest fires. There will be dry seasons. So when you plant your mango seed, it goes down, deep down. It finds secondary water sources beyond the water that the rain will bring that will evaporate with the sun in the dry season. That is the lesson of the trees. They recognize that they've got much longer to live. They recognize that they have much longer seasons to survive. They recognize that the storms will come that they would have to survive. So they grow down instead of growing up. What relevance does this have to my prison experiences? If you went to Fiditi Grammar School or any of the many dormitories across at least the southwestern part of Nigeria when I was growing up, if you went to boarding school, the living conditions, at least your bedding, is very little different from that of the prisoner in Ado-Ekiti prison or any other prison in Nigeria. At least it's prison cell that I occupied. And it didn't matter one bit to me. It couldn't matter because I was prepared ahead of time for the storm that was Ado-Ekiti. There will be many storms in your life, and there will be many storms in our lives. How prepared are you to weather those storms? Those are the lessons, at least a bit of the lesson that the trees have taught me over the years. I would counsel that if you have time, go to my website. I tend to preach without preaching. It's there. I believe it's titled "The Lessons the Trees Taught Me," something along those lines. I would ask my PA to post it on my platforms later in the day. So that is that as far as the lessons that the trees have taught me. So second thing I would like us to talk about really quickly before we start service this morning. I'm toying with the idea of having a feedback process. There is very little I'm going to say now that I haven't said before. So I'm largely tired of talking and talking and talking. So I think we should have some sort of feedback process where we simply talk to each other. I might have something of value to teach you, and I'm sure I have a lot to learn from you as well. It also gives me an opportunity to correct myself where I might have been wrong. So I think I'll work on that and come back to you by next week. Let's try that out. Maybe we'll do like we've done it before when I was broadcasting from the StreamYard platform. I'm sure the tech people will find a way to resolve this for us, but I will attempt before the end of this week to put together a system that allows us, even if it's only 20, 30 minutes, even if it's only once a month, I don't know. We'll do something to put together some feedback. It's 10 o'clock now, or let me say a minute to 10. I really don't want to say nothing while rambling. So, okay. It's a brand new week. I'm not talking until 10 o'clock. I'm like, okay.
So my people, wetin una think concerning this particular powerful message from Dele Farotimi? So if you didn't get what he said, Dele Farotimi don't share one strong message about wetin trees fit teach us for life. He talk say trees no dey rush grow, say dem go take time, spread their roots well and stand gidigba, no matter wetin happen. Just like trees wey dey survive dry season, heavy storm, and even even people wey wan cut them down, we sef fit learn how to face wahala, stand strong and still grow. Trees no dey make noise, but dem dey give shade, fresh air, and plenty benefits. E be like say dem dey tell us say make we no just dey exist, but make we add value to life. Farotimi use this example take yarn about how we fit use patience, resilience, and wisdom waka our own journey. He encourage us make we learn from nature, hold our value tight, and no allow anything shake us from our true purpose. So make una tell me what una think for comment section below. I go dey wait for una opinion, but make sure you like the video so that YouTube will recommend it to others. Subscribe to our channel if you are new to this channel.